Okay, now we get back to our normal routine to study financial management. Today we have only 25 minutes left, and using the 25 minutes, I'm going to go over bond valuation, the topic that we've been discussing since last Monday. This topic is essentially an extension of time value of money computing present value, future value, and computing interest rates. But the discussion of time value of money focused on the valuation of an instrument called bond. And bond has fixed income. Bond pays fixed income. Therefore, a bond is called a fixed income security. It pays fixed interest. So once bond is issued, all the cash flow terms are fixed. You know what you are going to get. So there is no uncertainty as to the payments of bond investments. That's why it's called fixed income securities, as opposed to variable income securities, such as common stocks. Last week, we discussed this, and we talked about bonds and bond valuation, more about bond features. Then today and on Wednesday, we'll discuss bond ratings and some different types of bonds. We already know what a bond is: par value, coupon rate, coupon payment, maturity date, yield to maturity. We've already learned the concept. So I will just continue. Bond value is nothing but the sum of present value of coupons and present value of the face value, or the par value. So as interest rate increases, bond prices decrease, and vice versa. We talked about valuing a discount bond and a premium bond, and we came up with the following regularities. If yield to maturity is the same as the coupon rate, that fixed income, then par value is the same as bond value. If yield to maturity is larger than coupon rate, then bond price is smaller than par value. If yield to maturity is less than coupon rate, then bond price is larger than the face value. That much we've learned, and this is the pricing equation, which you are already familiar with. And this is a simple example. And this is where we stopped last time. And I'm going to give you a simple example. Today, I'm not going to go further than this page. This page is the last page of today's class. And today, I'm going to write down some practical case, the case study that is very relevant for the present circumstance. U.S. Federal Reserve, the Central Bank of the United States, is likely to raise its interest rate very soon. If not in June, it will do that sometime in September. And if not in September, sometime before the end the year is over, U.S. Central Bank is going to raise interest rate. And if they do that, then global interest rates are likely to go up rather than go down. But at the moment, Korean economy is not doing very well. It's, in a sense, very weak, and there is considerable weakness in the demand in the Korean economy, and there are voices calling for interest rate decrease in Korea. So will the Bank of Korea raise interest rate or lower interest rate or keep the interest rate unchanged next month or the following few months? That's something to watch. And the people who make those decisions are the Monetary Policy Committee members. And I used to be on that Monetary Policy Committee. And whenever we made a decision about interest rate, we had to think about or agonize over what will happen if we lowered interest rate, what will happen if we raised interest rate, what will happen if we keep the interest rate unchanged. Many of the scenarios we had to think, we had to consider before we made a decision. And at the moment, MPC members are agonizing over what to do next month and the following few months. So consider this simple example. Here's a bond, 5-year bond. That is T equals 5. And coupon interest rate is 3%. And YTM, yield to maturity, for this bond is 2.5%. And incidentally, this yield to maturity for any bond is likely to be affected by the market interest rates. The market interest rates go up, then yield to maturity of the bonds are going to rise. So very oftentimes we use yield to maturity and market interest rates interchangeably. We can talk about it as market interest rates, or we can talk about it as yield to maturity. And if we know time till horizon, time to maturity, coupon rate, yield to maturity, we can compute the present value. That's the price. Price of this bond as of time 0 now is equal to $3 coupon because it's 5 years to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each year you get $3 interest, assuming that the face value is 100 face value. So par value is 100. Then present value is 3. Price of this bond is $3 times the present value annuity factor. Fifth power plus 100 divided by, we already have yield to maturity, 1.025. For this R, you replace that with 2.5%. And if you compute that, that is equal to, if my computation is correct, 102.32. So this bond is selling at $102.32, which is higher than the face value. So this bond is selling at discount, par, premium. It is selling at selling premium. It is selling a premium higher than the face value or par value. Are you with me up to this point? This is what we discussed last time. Of course, we did more of this, but this is the gist of it, the essence of it. Now assume that you invest in the bond at t equals 0. That's now. For 102.32. This is the amount of investment you made in the bond at time 0. Okay? So this is the setting. Are you with me? Are you with me? Okay. Now, 1 year later, this 1 year later, time has passed. So you are now at t equals 1. Everything has aged by 1 year, or 1 year older. So am I. I'm 1 year older. And I look at my bond. And I also look at yield to maturity, YTM, at time equals 1. Today's yield to maturity of this bond. But this bond is now 4-year bond because 1 year has passed. Its remaining life is 4 years. It was 5 years, now it's 4 years. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the cash flows are the same. 3, 3, 3, and 3 + 1. Where did this 3 go? You already received 3. Okay? This much coupon you have received. YTM of this bond is, let us assume, let's assume that it is 2%. So interest rates have even fallen from 2.5% to 2%. Forward. Then you can compute price of this bond. Price of this bond at t equals 1. I want you to compute this price of the bond. Will someone tell me what to write? Price of the bond. You know how to do it. You know how to do it. You tell me. You can speak in Korean if you want to, or German if you want to. Okay, 3 times. Okay, 1 over. Okay. Or plus 100, right? Compute. I'll give you 30 seconds. Okay. It's equal to 1 you sure? How much is it? 109. You verified it. I didn't do it. I did it, but I think I made a mistake. So I have to rely on you. 103.80, right? So I think this is not right. 103. Again, verify this. Okay? 103.80. That's the price of this one. Notice that price used to be 102, now it's 103.80. The price changes. Why? Interest rate changes. Yield to maturity changes. Yield to maturity changes, and so do prices. So if yield to maturity stays the same, then your price will stay the same. Okay? But if your yield to maturity changes, price will change. So price at time 1 is 103.80. And here is new concept. Return on investment. Return on investment for one period, let's call it big R, and big R is equal to, let's say that you buy at 102 and you sell it at this price, then your return is 102.32, and you get coupon payment of 3. Let me see coupon, the first coupon, and you sell it at 103.80 minus 102.32. That's the original investment price. So this is the capital gain. This is the capital gain, and this is the coupon. So coupon yield 3 divided by 102.32 plus the capital gains. $1 equal to, if I'm not mistaken, it's equal to 2.93% plus 1.45%, and notice that you get income in two different sources. One is interest income or coupon income. That's why it's called coupon yield. Coupon yield of 2.93%. And this one is capital gains. These are the two new concepts: coupon yield and capital gains. So when you invest in bonds and you sell the bonds before the maturity, then you have two income sources. One is coupon income, and the other is capital gains income. And for coupon income, if you take the ratio based on the original investment price, this is called coupon yield. And the second component, capital gains component, capital gains. Okay? Does it make sense? So when you are investing in a bond, unless you invest until maturity, your rate of return on investment is not necessarily the same as remember last time I said yield to maturity can be considered as the annual average rate of return on investment if you hold this security until maturity. But if you don't hold it until maturity, then your return on investment may be different from yield to maturity. Yield to maturity was when you purchase the security, fixed income security or bond, and if you hold it until maturity, you can, on average, get yield to maturity as your investment income. But if you sell it before maturity, then your return is uncertain. It depends upon interest rate. So fixed income securities are not risk-free. They are risky. And there are two kinds of risks, price risk and reinvestment. Price may change because of interest rate changes. That's called price risk. Now here is a homework that you should do by Monday, by Wednesday. Is instead of year to maturity of the bond being 2%, let's say that it's 3%. I want you to compute the price of the bond, and I want you to compute return on investment with coupon yield and capital gains yield. You compute the ones that are put in boxes. PV, R, and coupon and capital gains. And I want you to notice that capital gains yield can become negative. If interest rate rise, then your bond investment may lose value because your bond value will fall. So there is capital loss, possibility of capital loss. So bond investment is not risk-free if you sell the bond, liquidate the bonds before maturity. Okay, that's all for today. And on Monday, it's Monday morning syndrome. On Wednesday, we are going to continue our discussion of bond investment. This is so essential, so I would like to spend a little more time on it. And then we'll move on to the next step, which requires a little more thinking, so-called yield curve, term structure of interest rates. That discussion needs your full understanding of the concept given on the board. Okay, that's all for today, and I'll see you on. I'll see you on Wednesday.